Hey guys, Miss Prickett here. I was just wanting to go over with you a couple of things from your language lessons this week. We've been in chapter 7 and we've covered lessons 1 and lessons 2. So I wanted to kind of review lesson 1 with you because I know some of you are still struggling a little bit with understanding those compound parts in a sentence. And so a simple sentence just has one subject and one verb. And so that's how we identify a simple sentence. And it's just labeled with an S. When we are asked to identify a simple sentence or a simple sentence with a compound part, then there are different labels that we use. And normally we're only asked to identify simple sentences with compound verbs, and simple sentences with compound subjects. And so I wanted to give you 3 examples here. And S is for simple sentence. My dog does not enjoy baths. And so I went ahead and classified this sentence. I didn't put the sentence pattern over here because I forgot to leave room. But I wanted to just give you an idea, just to show you that there's one subject noun, which is dog, and there is actually a helping verb here, does enjoy, and then not is an adverb. And so you'll learn about those later, and you'll also learn about direct objects later. But I wanted you to see that there's one subject and there's one verb, and that is a simple sentence. A simple sentence with compound subjects has has 2 or more subjects in it, and so, but it doesn't have any conjunctions that combine 2 sentences. And so a simple sentence with compound subjects is, here's an example. Addie and Presley are in the 4th grade. And so you have 2 subjects combined with a conjunction and. Addie and Presley are is your verb, and then the rest of this is a prepositional phrase. And so this would be a simple sentence with compound subjects. A simple sentence with compound verbs might be JJ reads and writes funny stories. And so there's one subject noun, but there are 2 verbs. We see this conjunction here, and that's a coordinate conjunction or a coordinating conjunction, and it combines 2 verbs, reads and writes. But this is still just a simple sentence. It just has compound parts. Hopefully that will make a little more sense when we cover the next thing, which is compound sentences. Now, compound sentences are where you take 2 simple sentences and you merge them together to make one sentence. And a compound sentence has 2 independent clauses. We talked about that a little bit yesterday, where an independent clause has a subject and a predicate, and it can stand alone as it expresses a complete thought. It can stand alone as a sentence all by itself. And so a compound sentence puts 2 of those complete sentences together and with a conjunction and makes a compound sentence. So there are 2 ways that you can make compound sentences. And the first way, I made these look kind of like math problems, so to make it a little more fun. So in the first way to make a compound sentence is that you take a simple sentence and another simple sentence and you add a semicolon. You join those 2 sentences together with a semicolon. And a semicolon is one of the most wrongly or incorrectly used pieces of punctuation out there. And so you will know how to use a semicolon. So here's an example. I have 2 simple sentences here. Alyssa rode her bike. There's your shout out, Alyssa. Avery drove her golf cart. So those are 2 completely different or completely separate thoughts, 2 sentences that have a subject and a predicate, and they both express a complete thought. But we can put those together simply by putting a semicolon there. They do kind of go together. They relate sort of to the same thing. If Alyssa and Avery are out together or even in separate places, Alyssa rode her bike, Avery drove her golf cart. So that's a compound sentence. Even though it looks like 2 separate sentences, it's combined with this semicolon here, and that makes it a compound sentence. It has 2 different subjects and it has 2 different verbs and 2 totally separate thoughts. Another is Kylie likes running, Haven enjoys skating. So we could combine those with a semicolon as well. Kylie likes running, semicolon, Haven enjoys skating. And those are that's the first way to make a compound sentence out of two simple sentences. The second way is a simple sentence and a second simple sentence joined by a comma and a coordinate conjunction. And the most common coordinating or coordinate conjunctions are and, or, and but. There are others that you will talk about even more so in the 5th grade. But for right now, we're just going to focus on and, or, and but. Excuse me. All right, so I have two simple sentences here. Bentley brought chips. Logan brought drinks. So we're assuming we're having a little party. And one of the ways that I can join this sentence with a comma and a coordinate conjunction is by saying Bentley brought chips, comma, and Logan brought drinks. Okay, so if we were to classify this sentence, we would have a subject noun and a verb and a different subject noun and a verb. They are both kind of the same things, but they're both the same verb, but they are talking about bringing two different things. So even though those sentences are related, they're not something that we could put together like we could two sentences that have the same verbs, okay? Will mows grass, Evan trims the hedges. So here's another way. Will mows the grass, comma, but Evan trims the hedges. Okay? One of the ways, and I didn't have room to put that on our poster, but we could use or. A question is an interrogative sentence is a